This is a lesson on With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles off the Sgt. Pepper's album, sung by Ringo. It's the acoustic version that I have in the embedded section, and it runs in off Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and I'll just play the outro, if you like, from that, which is just C, D and E, where they're singing for Billy Shears. That's the character of Ringo. So that's the out, and the intro to With a Little Help from My Friends is so we have this open E string drone and second and third strings on the 9th fret. And the open E drone is recurring throughout this whole song. So 9th, 2nd and 3rd strings, and then 8th on the 3rd, 7th on the 2nd, and then the 6th and 5th, and then the 4th for the 2nd and 3rd strings, 4th fret. So that's the introduction. We move on to the verse. Okay, it's very simple. We're basically playing an E, and we've got this open E string to reinforce. And we're only playing, in this case, the 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings. So barring 4, 3 and 2 on the 9th fret and the open E. And we move to, which is a B, essentially, 9th fret, 5th and 4th strings, 8th fret, 3rd, and 2nd and 1st are open. So, and the next is an F sharp minor. Again, that's 11th fret for the 4th and 3rd strings, and the 10th fret for the 2nd string, with the E open, as it is for the entire song, I think. Back to our B, and back to our E. So they're essentially the chords for the verses. Now there is a variation you can play there if you like. You can play E, and that seems to work. That's an A. So instead of the F sharp minor, you can throw in this one at the odd times, and I do that sometimes, and it's just random. So from there we move on to the chorus. I get by with a little help from my friends. Okay, so this is simply a D, an A, so this one we're just playing the 7th fret, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, and then 7th fret for the 5th and 6th, and 6th fret for the 3rd string, and then back to the E we were playing before, which is the 9th fret, 4, 3 and 2, and always having the E drone. And then as we move back into the verse again, we play the A, which we slide up to what is essentially an A as well, back to the E. Okay, so from this A, we play this. So that's the 11th fret on the 4th, the 9th fret on the 3rd, and the 10th fret on the 2nd, with our drone E back to the E. Then we have a little fill. Sorry. So that's coming off. So it's essentially the the 9th and 7th fret. So 9th, 2nd, 7th for the 1st, slide it down to the 7th and the 5th frets. Then we use the 5th and 4th frets. And then 2nd fret on the 1st string, and the 2nd string is open. And we have a pull off. And then I like to reinforce that by adding the 4th fret, 4th and 3rd strings. So and that works well for acoustics guitars, because you kind of need to build it out, pad it out if you can, to get that bigger sound. You just have to be careful that you don't muffle the 2nd string, the open 2nd string. Now alternatively, if you don't want to play at that point, you can play it up here. Okay, so we've moved from the chorus and we're back into the verse again, and then we essentially move to another chorus, and then we move to the bridge, which is okay. So we're playing what is basically a C sharp minor, but what we want to do is leave our drone string open. So we lift this bar up and we play this 5th string on its own. So from our C sharp minor to this F sharp with the E open. So I'm playing the 6th string, 2nd fret with my thumb. So it's essentially an F. So your E formation moved up to create an F sharp, and in this case so you need to play around with that to see how you can form that one to get this open E at the bottom. If you don't want to play this bottom string, then you don't have to. So you can just simply play. So you can move from so you don't need to play this. Then we're back to our E, D, A, and once again. And then it moves back into, I think, another verse and chorus, etc., etc., and then eventually moves on to the outro from a chorus, I believe. So it sorry. Slightly missed that. Okay, so from our chorus. So instead of going back to the D here on the chorus, we're coming to the outro, so we play the D here, and an A, and then a C. And this time we're going to run down so till we get to our E. So it's just, so first fret from our C, we keep our C formation, first fret on the second string, we hit it and we open it, move our index finger to the third string second fret, open it, our pinky to the fourth fret of the fourth string, take it off, then open, then we hit the fifth string, we've still got our third fret fretted, and an E. So once again, and then we move into Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.